Hi students, welcome back to lecture class 4 on refrigeration and air conditioning. This is the last lecture class on this chapter 2, module 3 of elements of mechanical engineering course. In this lecture class, I am going to discuss about the air conditioning, introduction to air conditioning, the parameters affecting the air conditioning, the types of air conditioners, application of air conditioning system. Next, air conditioning. What is the meaning of air conditioning? So, is conditioning of air for the human comfort, because air contains so many parameters that we will discuss. So, these parameters we have to bring down to a normal levels. Then only we feel comfort. Okay, so you want to sleep, you want to do work, you want to do any kind of activity, you require the ambience should be good, temperature, okay, humidity, all these things should be in a controlled level. Then only we will be able to do the work effectively and efficiently. So we have to control all the parameters. Conditioning of all these things is for the human comfort is called as air conditioning. So air conditioning is defined as a conditioning of air for human comfort, for food processing and other industrial purpose also. Not only for human beings, even for the food processing it is required. Industrial purpose it is required. Not only for human beings, for everything it is required. Industry purpose, food processing purpose, human beings it is required. So air is a mixture of mainly oxygen and nitrogen with a admixture of water vapor in varying amounts. Air contains not only the oxygen, it contains nitrogen, okay, and admixtures of water vapor in varying amounts are there. The important factors involved in air conditioning are temperature control, human comfort, air movement and circulation and filtering and cleaning and purification of air. So all these things we have to do it. Next, what are the various parameters which affects the human comfort as temperature? First parameter is temperature, next is humidity, third is purity of air, noise level is the fourth one. So the temperature in the air should be always 18 degrees Celsius to 24 degrees Celsius. Okay, and the temperature is beyond that 25 degree, 28 degree, 30 degree, 35 degree temperature, it is not at all comfort for the human being to do any kind of work. Okay, so that is what I told, sleeping, working, okay, studying purpose also, any work you cannot do. Higher the temperature, lower will be our efficiency and lower will be our effectiveness. So comfort zone is required, comfort temperature is required for anything. Okay, so temperature, what the temperature it is there in the room, that you have to bring down to the comfort level, that is normal level 18 to 24 degrees Celsius. So in Asian countries, that is the all the people, that is human beings, we prefer 18 degrees Celsius to 24 degrees Celsius. Then humidity means the presence of water content, presence of moisture content in the air is called as humidity. So moisture level should not be more. Okay, moisture level also should not be more. Moisture level is required. Okay, water vapor, water content is required in the air. Okay, but it should not be high level. So the normal level is 70%, 70 to 80% normal. That is the normal level of humidity. If it goes to 90% temperature, that is moisture is 90%, is more amount of humidity, that leads to discomfort. That you might have observed in the coastal areas, especially Chennai, Mumbai, okay, Goa, wherever the beach is there, ocean is there, there you can see that this type of problem, that is humidity problem, will be more. Even though temperature, sunshine is less, but the humidity level is more, there is a moisture content is more. Because of that we feel very discomfort, always we will get sweat. Okay, sweating, continuous sweating will be there. So fans will not work, even though you put high speed, fans will never work. So the humidity causes a discomfort for a human being. So air definitely requires a moisture content, but more level of moisture content is 90% of water content or moisture content is not at all good for a human being. At the same time, the moisture content is very less, okay, below 70%, below 60%. That is also very difficult, because air becomes a dry air. The dry air always will have a problem. Okay, dry air always will have a problem, because you will be getting a hot air, especially in like our place, Ballari. Okay, tropical areas where there is no this beaches and other things. So tropical regions, so like Delhi also, Delhi, Hyderabad, all these areas, dry air, more amount of dry air will be there. So moisture content is very less. In such cases, we have to make a air that is humidification. We call it humidification. Humidification is the process of adding a water content into the air, is called as humidification. That is, we have to add the water content into the air, that is called as humidification process. So humidifications, we have to add the water because less content of water is there in the air, that we have to add water content to the air, is called as humidification. Dehumidification means what? More amount of water content is available in the air, that is in Chennai, Mumbai, Goa, all these coastal areas, more amount of water content is there. That more amount of water content we have to remove it from the air, so that we will feel comfort. So humidification process and dehumidification process. Humidification means what? Adding a water content because it is below the normal level. It is called a humidification. Okay. Dehumidification means removing a water level. Again, it is above the normal level. Above the normal level, below the normal level. So when it is below the normal level, we have to add the water so that we will feel comfort. Okay, otherwise we will be having a dry air. Dry air always will have a lot of problems for eyes. Eye burning will be there. Okay, nose irritation will be there. Eye irritation will be there. Skin irritation will be there. We feel very discomfort whenever the dry air, hot air is there. Okay, so in such cases you have to go for a humidification. Adding a water content into the air is called as humidification, especially in these tropical areas, Ballari, Hyderabad, Delhi, etc. And coastal areas, dehumidification is required, where the water content we have to remove it because above the normal level it is there. 90% water content is there. That is not at all suitable for human comfort zone. That is why we have to remove it from the air. Okay, so dehumidification, the process of removing a water content in the air, is called as dehumidification process. It is applicable for the coastal areas. Okay, Chennai, Mumbai, Goa, etc. Okay, that is humidity. Next, purity of air pollution. Okay, more amount of air, carbon dioxide, okay, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide, all these things will always have a problem. These oxides are there, in the air, if it is there, then we will feel definitely discomfort because you may get a breathing problem, uneasiness. So this also will cause, so that also you have to bring down to a normal level. So air should be a pure air, and fresh air always should come to our living room or where we are working, and the bad air, it has to go outside. So fresh air has to come inside, bad air has to go outside, already used. So the same air, if it is circulating inside, then definitely there will be a problem, breathing problem will be there. Okay, so purity of air is very important. Air should not contain any contaminants like oxides of carbon, oxides of nitrogen, oxides of anything. So sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide, etc. should not be there. Should be pure. Then noise level means more amount of noise also is recommended, because noise also will have a discomfort for our human beings. So noise level also you have to reduce. To reduce the noise level, we use this thermocool ceiling will do. Okay, for a room, so that outside noise are not entertained inside the room. So noise level also we have to bring down. So bringing down all these all these parameters, air parameters, into a controlled level is called as air conditioning process. That is especially for human comfort zone. Next is principle of air conditioning. What is the principle behind this? We have seen principle of refrigeration. Now, what is the principle of air conditioning? It is similar to refrigeration process only, except without any insulated box. Insulated box is not there here. Next, cooling is achieved by VCRS, vapor compression refrigeration system. So what are the refrigerants we use? Freon 12 or HFC, hydrofluorocarbons like R134A, R410A, or 410A, that is R134A. Like that refrigerants we can, Freon 12 also we can use, etc. can be used for evaporators, condenser, expansion valve. Then this, during the flow of refrigerant through evaporator coils, it absorbs the hot air drawn from the room and it undergoes a phase change. Then it will just send back to the atmosphere. Heat discharges to the atmosphere and cycle repeats. The same, just like a refrigeration process only. That is the principle of air conditioning. Next, types of air conditioners. We have two types: window air conditioner, or it is also called as room air conditioner, a split type of air conditioner. So you would have seen both the air conditioners. Okay, window air conditioner, room air conditioner. Then split type of air conditioner. So many air conditioners are available in the market. Okay, Samsung, Voltas, Blue Star, Daikin. Carrier is there. Carrier is actually the name of a person who has invented that. Is a Carrier. You might have seen, heard about the word Carrier. Carrier is the name of a person who has invented that air condition. Like that, they have a company has used the company name itself is a Carrier company, Carrier, Carrier company. Okay, next we'll go for the working principle of window air conditioner or room air conditioner. So in this you can see here so many parts are there. So in window air conditioner, actually two parts. One is outdoor part, and another one is the indoor part. What is the indoor part? What is the outdoor part? So outdoor part is a so window air conditioner, outdoor part, indoor part will be in the same unit. Okay, in split type air conditioner, outdoor part is different and indoor part is different. In window air conditioner, outdoor and indoor parts are both are same. It is the same cabinet. Okay, so here we can see this evaporator unit. This is evaporator. This is a compressor. The compressor, and here we have high pressure vapor, and this is a condenser. Again it will go to expansion wall, again low pressure liquid at 5 to 10 degrees Celsius. You come back to the evaporator. So okay, this a wall is a partition wall. Here you have the fan or a motor. Okay, this is mounted, the fan is mounted same shaft, single shaft is used to mount the fan, and it is a blower. Okay, we say this side is a fan and this side is a blower. Okay, both are rotating in the opposite direction. Okay, is rotating clockwise means anti-clockwise. Okay, that is the this one significance of this fan or a motor. Okay, now working principle, how it is going to work. So now this is a room. Okay, this is a room facing. In room you have the hot air. This hot air is sucked inside the evaporator. This so hot air, and here evaporator is there. This evaporator, it evaporates while evaporating the hot air, the temperature present in the hot air, it will be taking away and it will be evaporating. And this same thing. So here the low pressure low temperature vapor refrigerant, it goes to a compressor. It is driven by the motor. So low pressure low temperature vapor refrigerant is converted into high pressure high temperature vapor refrigerant. So when it comes here, high pressure high pressure high temperature vapor refrigerant. Then it goes to a condensor. Condensation takes place. The air which is taken from the outside, it will blowing inside the condenser. Again it will go to the hot air, will be sent outside. The air is taken from the outside. It will be using this fan, it will be blown onto the condenser. So condensation, the vapor is condensed, it is converted into a liquid, and this hot air will be thrown outside. This is the outside. Then this from the condenser you are going to get the high pressure high temperature liquid refrigerant. This enters to expansion wall. In expansion wall, high pressure high temperature is converted to low pressure low temperature liquid refrigerant. You see the 5 to 10 degrees Celsius. It goes to again evaporator. So in evaporator again this liquid refrigerant starts evaporating. So while it's evaporating, the air which is present in the hot air, the warm is there, that will be taken away to the atmosphere, and the cool air will be sent again. Okay, the hot air will be cooled by the evaporator. That means the heat present in the air, that is the warm hot air, will be converted into a cooled air, and that cool air will be sent back to the room again. So that means to say here the what do you say, that here the hot air is drawn from the room. Into the evaporator. It is converted into a cooled air, and that cool air again it is supplied to the room by means of this fan. So like that, the cycle repeats. The entire the room is consisting of hot air. So the entire temperatures, let us say 25 degree at 30 degrees Celsius. The 30 degrees Celsius, entire 30 degrees Celsius, again you have to make into 18 degrees Celsius or 20 degrees Celsius depending upon your requirement. So till that time the cycle keeps on working, and once it is attained 20 degrees Celsius, it is recommended to keep your air conditioners 20 degrees Celsius or 22 degrees Celsius, not less than that. It is good for health only. 22 degrees Celsius is good for health. So below that it is not good for our health. So again the circuit breaks. again after some time again the thermostat is there. Thermostat triggers, it will switch on the compressor. Again the compressor starts extra the energy which is the extra heat which is gained, again it will be thrown to the atmosphere. So thermostat will be doing on and off till the temperature is maintained inside the room. So this is the working principle of window air conditioner or a room air conditioner. Next we move on to the split air conditioner. Okay, before that we go for the advantages. So advantages, the ducts are not required for air distribution, cost is less, skilled technicians are not required here. Disadvantages is it provides noise because compressor is there inside our room, so it makes a noise. A large hole you have to make it, so problem with the theft will be there, so you have to remove. So in ground floor it is not advisable because there is a theft problem may be there. So then air quantity cannot be varied. So that is the problem, air quantity cannot be varied. So applications used in offices, hotels, buses, cars, aeroplanes for human comfort. Used in textile industries to control moisture, used in printing presses, food industries, chemical plants, etc. So these are the advantages, disadvantages of window air conditioner. Next we go for the split type of air conditioner. In split type of air conditioner, the working principle is same as that of this window air conditioner. So but here split means we are splitting the compressor as well as evaporator. So outdoor unit and indoor units are there. So outdoor unit is a compressor. Outdoor unit is a compressor and indoor unit is a evaporator. So this is inside our room and this is outside our room. Okay. So to start with in operation, the thermostat, in this thermostat is there. So thermostat detects the warm air inside the room and activates the compressor enclosed in the outdoor unit. The compressor which has received the vapor refrigerant from the evaporator in the previous cycle compresses the refrigerant, thereby raising its pressure and temperature. The refrigerant then passes through the condenser coil where it gives away its heat to air drawn from the atmosphere by the fan. The temperature of the refrigerant reduces, causing the vapor refrigerant to change its phase to liquid state. The liquid refrigerant is pushed through the tubing indoor where its pressure reduces to the expansion process and in turn passes through the evaporator coil. The low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant now circulates through the evaporator coil. So inside the room, the blower draws the warm air and passes through the evaporator coil where it gives away the heat circulating low pressure, low temperature refrigerant. The cold air is forced into a room by blower. The refrigerant, after absorbing heat, changes its phase from liquid to vapor state. If the thermostat still detects the air that is warmer than desirable, the process continues. So this is the operation of split type of air conditioner. So both are same, as the working principle is same, window and the split air conditioner. Nothing is so outdoor unit. This is the outdoor unit. Compressor is the outdoor unit and this is the evaporator is the indoor unit. The same working principle as that of the window air conditioner. Next we have advantage. There is a compact. Up to 4 indoor air handling units may be connected to one outdoor unit. No noise is there. Split, easy to install. Next disadvantage is costlier than window air conditioner. Skilled technicians are required to install. Next, each zone or room temperature requires thermostat to control the air cooling. Okay, uses or applications: split air conditioner used in houses, stores, offices, small restaurants, computer centers, coffee shops, etc. So thank you for watching the video. So this completes the refrigeration and air conditioning chapter in module 3. So thank you again. We will meet in next module.